I apologize for this. See on this live show here. Uh, yesterday afternoon I had to go do a video. It's on me playing Call of Duty, right? And then there's a couple of hours later they slap another bullshit ass age restriction. Motherfuckers at YouTube got a goddamn fetish with age restrictions. They worrying about the fucking kids. They want about the fucking kids. It ain't about the kids anymore. I don't want to take off age restriction. If I do that, I won't be watching any more videos. But I mean I wouldn't be able to mess with age restriction now because see the idiots at YouTube they push the button and they think about kids are offended by my videos. I don't know what the fuck is going on with them anyway, but they stuck on the bullshit on them. They stuck on their bullshit. I've done live shows based on a few of those Call of Duty you know gameplays. No age restrictions. But the other two got slapped with age restrictions. Yeah, I did cock of the walk or something. But they already slapped the age restriction in yesterday because of cause it's because it wouldn't be suitable for younger audiences. I don't give a fuck. Younger audiences can go suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? They can go suck a dick. That's what they feel. But I'm gonna move on with this thing. It's called the ultimate rap beef. And it's about the West Coast version. Got all the beefs. Got all the beefs involving Death Row, Ruthless, Aftermath, and more. Sit back, relax. You don't your White Sox and Raiders hats. Some people might get offended.
We're tired now. We need something different, something new. We need to shock the people. The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Oh, no. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. And that's wrong. Tonight, I can't answer the shit. Yeah. See, all the head got me. Generated $150 million. Yes, stay true to ourselves. That's not always easy. And the next thing you know, this guy started punching Ray in the face. And you got hit, right? An offer.
Oh God, no! She get shot. People started running. They pulled Reginald Denny out the truck and he beat him up.
In the mid-1980s, Los Angeles was divided.
They pulled Reginald Denny out the truck and they just dragged him out and beat him up. That's what they did to him.
Cocaine trafficking business in this country. Hip-hop was still dominated by the East Coast.
They pulled Reginald Denny. They pulled Reginald Denny out of the truck and they just beat him up.
Before rap, Easy was known as a hustler in Compton.
He heads to the LA riots.
Being a street pharmacist at this point, by being a street pharmacist,
It was become bad. It was become violent.
And by the way that you're carrying with the amount of product you got comes with respect. You know, he was a guy in the neighborhood you didn't mess with.
That's it.
He was well respected.
He was there.
He was well liked by a lot of people. But certain times, certain people have a persona, or we call it like a light around him that seems to draw people to him. And he was that kind of a guy that just seemed to draw people to him. And, you know, a guy that you could tell was going to be somebody.
But like many around him, Easy saw music as a way out, a legitimate business opportunity that could outlast the streets. As EC began building Ruthless Records, he started pulling together the people around him who would shape the sound. Dr. Dre was already producing, DJ Yellow was working alongside him, and Ice Cube was brought in as a writer and later a performer. Soon after, MC Ren joined and completed the core lineup that would become NWA. One of the first records to define their direction was Boys in the Hood, written by Ice Cube and produced by Dr. Dre.
Easy told me to write a song for him. So I wrote a song called Boys in the Hood. I talked Eric into doing the rhyme. The song was Boys in the Hood. It was like, yo, I ain't never rapped before. I can't do this. So I eventually talked him into doing it. And so Chris wants you to do this song. And he's like, yeah, what are we talking about? And Grace is not. Well, I tried to be paying for it anyway. I was trying. I looked at E and I was like, look, man, why don't you say it? He's like, man, I don't know how to rap. I never did this before. This ain't what I'm here to do. You know, you crazy. Trey's like, no, I ain't crazy. So I'm like, man, y'all on some old mad science and stuff right now. So he said, turn the lights out. Turn the lights down. He put on his dark glasses because he was like super embarrassed to do it, even though it was just me and him in there. You know, it was funny. I remember just like punching in each line. Who's down the street? My 6'4". Jocking me there. Each line was punched in for the entire song. It took us like 8 to 9 hours to get it done.
Would have to do so many takes, like a million takes. We're like, come on, Eric, just get it. He's like, I'm trying.
But when I heard the finished record, I was like, damn, you know, I looked at Dre and amazed me. Like, yo, you turned this dude into a rapper.
Woke up quick at about noon, just thought that I had to be in Compton soon.
The success of the single convinced them to form their own group.
It was like, you know, what we gonna call this group? And I was like, what?
Yo, we're in the WA. That's sloppy. Let's put this shit together, man.
Come on, Beatles.
Come on. 33. Yo, we're in WA. You want some rage.
NWA. What that mean? So niggas with attitudes. I just fell out. I started loving it. I said, hell yeah. Black people taking their word and trying to use it instead of getting abused by it. That's it.
We thought we were just like the ultimate at that time because each one of us were the best at what we did around our block, you know. Let's put this all-star group together and we're gonna show them what's up at the party.
Now, see, I'm just confused a little bit about that. Could you explain like NWA and Eazy-E? Okay.
It's an all-star group. It's all of us. Me, Dre, Yella, Ren, Ice Cube.
NWA came together, jumped into the studio, creating tracks like Boys in the Hood, and building a buzz around LA streets. With the potential growing, Eazy realized they needed real industry backing, so he approached Jerry Heller to take Ruthless Records to the next level.
Lonzo kept talking about this guy that wanted to meet me, this supposed drug dealer from Compton who wanted to meet me in Eric Wright.
Alonzo agreed to make the introduction. Easy was paying for it.
I finally agreed to meet Easy because Alonzo told me that Easy had paid him $750 in introduction and he needed the money.
I introduced him to him, picked up a few bucks, and doing the introduction, and stepped off.
He pulled up in a Suzuki Samurai, all tricked out. He had the dark
Yeah,
glasses
he
on.
drove that thing, bro.
I was sort of
That's
taken back
easy.
by
He the one that
how
drove the
committed
Samurai.
he was, but he was clean. I said to him,
That's just easy driving Samurai, Jerry. Look,
he just said,
it's easy. He drove a Samurai.
he played me Boys in the Hood. There was a track that just stone cold blew me away.
86, 87, he drove the Samurai.
Song that I had heard in over 25 years.
What began as demo sounding tracks and raw experimentation was about to become a full body of work. That album will be straight out of content. And for a moment, everything felt unstoppable. It wasn't just music, it was history in the making.
Of a new generation.
Where's an OE?
That album straight out of Compton was only done in 6 weeks, 5 days a week studio time. You know what I mean? They had 3 hours a day. You know, so it was crazy how this happened, and it just let me know how powerful I could be. I'm like, damn, if people are buying this, wait till I really get a chance to get in the studio with some real equipment with some real time. It's major, you know, because every time we went in the studio, we was basically just trying to make records that was gonna rock our neighborhood or just rock LA. We wanted to become LA stars. We wasn't even thinking any further than Los Angeles, to tell you the truth, maybe Oakland.
At this point, the West Coast was at peak of their power.
Walk through the, they had their things going like Ice-T, School D, but ain't nobody corner stick like Easy. He harnessed that shit and made it pop.
NWA was flying high. The only disagreements he had was creative debates and
You put
shocking.
them together, you see what I'm talking about? Nigga rock. She had shit behind that shit. Come behind her.
They do it. They go for heavens.
Stick up in front of him.
They go for heavens now. What? You don't need that. You don't need that. So you don't need that. We do it. We do it. Listen. We do something like that with Kimber now. That's weird.
After Straight Out Compton exploded, a new contract tied to the group's growing distribution money was presented. But Ice Cube believed the deal heavily favored Eazy and management. His frustration was already building. The group had helped create Easy Does It, yet Cube felt he wasn't seeing a fair share.
It was his solo album. It was Eazy's solo album to begin with. Ice Cube would have knew about it. It's because of him and Joey Heller.
We were on the Straight Outta Compton tour, and some of the people from Variety Record came down there with the platinum.
It's because of Ice Cube and Joey Heller. Now the group is already doing something around them.
What's this for? It was like, okay, this is for record sales and for an advance on the next record. So we're like, cool. But there was a but on the end of that. But NWA is not a group legally because there are no contracts signed. See, up until then, everything was just verbal on the homeboy level. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. That's it. This is how we're going to get paid. So Jerry Heller comes in and he goes, yo, you guys are not a group until these contracts are signed. You can't get these checks until these contracts are signed. So seeing $75,000 sitting on the table, we some kids out of Compton. We've seen most at one time $2,000. So we're like, okay, cool. Cube was the only smart one at the time. He didn't sign the contract. They said the pen is mightier than the sword. This is also true. That moment, that's the stuff for a long time.
I was just mad at that dude because he wouldn't give me my contract. I just wanted, let me see it, right? Let me take it to my people. The normal stuff you do when you get a contract. And he was like, I don't know, I can't give it to you. You can sign it, but I can't give it to you. So that was shady. And so I had a problem with him. You're good with everybody. A little mad at E because I felt E wasn't taking the right side. I felt E was not doing enough to keep me in the group. Kind of like, this is how it is. You can live with it. You can get out the group like a regular Prince.
No more panic room for y'all. No more panic room. No more panic room for y'all.
Like, damn.
At that point, Ice Cube left NWA.
I don't like the manager because he wasn't paying me my money.
Cube knows. Cube knows he's going at Joey, right?
No more
He's going right at Joey.
No more NWA questions, please.
Cube was just more business oriented than all of them. He did it right. I'm not signing nothing.
I caught Jerry Heller, Easy E hand in the cookie jar, and I was willing to say, fuck it, I caught y'all, just pay me what you owe me, and we can keep on rolling. But, they wanted to save face. They felt like if they paid me, they would have to pay everybody else. And, so they was kind of pretty much like, fuck you, nigga, what you gonna do? Go solo?
Wow.
What Ice Cube did.
He did win solo. Ice Cube went solo. He went and did his shit. Then before the Upper Skill tour, before that, it was just him and Yella. Chilling, and then two boys of the hood with their boys Chestnut and Cuba Gooding. Then he started doing the film work, and then he goes out on tour in 2000. On top of that, there was an interview with Eazy-E and Ice Cube was featured on Friday when he did a song named after it.
So you can't believe everything you hear. You see, Ice Cube was just featured on a lot of this stuff, and he went first on a lot of this stuff. When you get a new NWA, you see that we didn't need the motherfucker.
But the song Friday kind of reminds me of Dory Sanders era. Then the video shoots and pool parties and everything else.
After Q left NWA in late 1989, he released America's Most Wanted. The album went gold in only 14
It went gold in 1990. If it's ready, here goes Ice Cube with Matthew McDaniel, who was interviewing him.
You said a million copies later, here we are, it's only 5
Gorilla Style Films head Matthew McDaniel. Anybody remember him?
With NWA split different crews with different people, and you know they was in conflict with each other.
It's the ambition.
I didn't just
It's the ambition.
I didn't say nothing about NWA. Not even one word about nobody in the group. So for them to come out on their shit, 100 miles running and diss me, that was their attitude. I just didn't expect them to diss because there was no beef like that. It was just basically business.
I wonder if it's because time goes on and people keep asking you about you and have people in your ear, and then all of a sudden it becomes nasty. But then you were ready to handle.
Oh, it's Peter Rosenberg. One is EP. It's one is EP. Man.
It's no dissing, and that record was the next record to come out after Straight Outta Compton. And then they had this with 100 miles and running.
They did.
Came back with Jacket Beats.
He had to go after him too.
It just started to escalate. Yo, this is MC Rush from NWA. Back with me on
He went to that ice store.
Putting this on this record, yo. Hey, why don't y'all tell him what we think about Ice Cube?
He's spitting on him.
You know what I'm saying? That's what time it is. You know what I'm saying? And that fool mind is playing tricks on him on Out West. Check it out.
While the first few discs for NWA were on my own, Ice Cube dropped a bomb on his album Desert over the track titled Vaseline.
Yeah.
Called out Dre as finest, Easy as a sellout, Jerry Heller is the manipulative mastermind.
That's anti-Semitic towards Jerry Heller. Oh, Jerry's gonna sue. Jerry's gonna sue. That Jew, that Jewish asshole.
I think it's awful.
Many listeners also criticized Mo Vaseline for its use of anti-Semitic language and being
How do you feel about the beer companies that pulled the commercial you endorsed because of your anti?
This is from the early '90s, courtesy of CNBC. The interview with Ice Cube on.
Really anti-Semitic, and am I getting this wrong?
It's on their talk show.
Condone what Jerry Heller or some of these other people have done to me? Do they say that it's all right for Jewish managers to get young black kids with talent off the street without without lawyers and without people that was helping me in my benefit to make records?
We're talking about the Simon Wiesenthal Center, which said that your album should not be distributed and that people should not listen to it.
I'm talking about one man that happens to be Jewish. If this man was green, then I was still talking about it. If he was black, I was still talking about it.
I guess what hurts Jewish people is the fact that you have to say he's Jewish. Why not just say Jerry Heller? What you end up doing is saying, okay, this guy's a Jew, and he just sort of said it in your answer to this young man. You said, well, are they, as the Simon Wiesenthal Center, saying it's okay for people like Jerry Heller?
Ice Cube, he is sporting a Cypress Hill T-shirt.
Essentially,
He is over there live via satellite in Atlanta, Georgia. This was courtesy of CNBC Talk Live.
No, not at all. But the Simon Wiesenthal usually backs the Jewish community.
Well, it's
But
speaks out
what I'm
when it
saying is
seems
this.
discrimination.
No, what I'm saying is this. You know, every time I watch the news, the perpetrator is always identified. If they can't use their name,
A lot of us wearing White Sox hats anyway, so.
Young black male, this. Young white male, that. Female, this. All of
Before I started wearing White Sox hats and Raiders hats,
who I felt did me wrong. Nothing else, nothing over it.
But it seems like after
I started, you know,
really the back and forth publicly stopped.
being in elementary school and things like that.
Did you really smash up that executive's record, the record executive's office?
Yeah, I did. I still feel good about that.
He was never even paid. He was never even paid for America's Most Wanted, man. You gotta go smash up the plaques, smash up the office equipment. He's like, Ice Cube was like, why is Easy paid and I'm not? And things like that, he said. In his words.
And I was reading a paper and I looked up who's Ice Cube and three of his
Ice Cube was like, why is Easy paid and I'm not? He just got mad and just stormed in and busted up all the plaques and shit.
Procedures at the time.
Ice Cube's gonna go to the office with a bat and bust up everything, the plaques, everything, office equipment, everything.
Cube was now fighting for fair treatment to solo-wise. Inside priority offices were Mike Sarami, one of the co-founders that are labeled.
Him and Brian Turner, they ran Priority Records. Salami and Turner had ran the company.
He was standing over Brian with a baseball bat, and he had his three guys standing behind him. And Cube turned around and screamed at Mark and I to get the hell out of the office.
Mark, get out of here, man. I'm cool with you. Just please, just leave.
And this has nothing to do
Mark was scared. Brian was scared. Mark was scared.
I took a step back.
I said, Cube, I can't do that, man. This is my partner. I have to stand here. I have to make sure nothing happens here. If you're gonna fight, we're gonna fight.
They done bust up everything, cuz.
Cube smashed the TV and hit Brian's glass desk.
The office equipment.
He didn't have the money that Easy had, and why is Easy paid and I'm not. He stormed out of the office.
Then they called the police, bro. Then they called the police.
They're all ready to bust everybody and everything. Cube's a good guy. You know, he's a damn good guy. He's always very, very good to priority, very good to me. People coming after us like crazy and says, hey, what are you people doing? Over here is a problem. Cube overtake what you had. I said, no, you're not. There's nothing going on.
Never.
Well, they got it in their mind and they left. They didn't like it. They wanted to bust somebody. So I said, Cube, I said, meet me in Marina Del Rey tomorrow. And I rented a 50-foot powerboat, fishing boat. So we went out and we went fishing for about 4 hours. I made lunch, and then we listened to a bunch of Cube's new album. And he said that there was a problem. He said he was owed money, this and that. I said, then there is no problem. He said, it's taken care of. You'll get the money. And I got that in the office and straightened it out immediately.
That was my introduction to the rap.
So motherfuckers on YouTube try to slap age restrictions on my videos, bro. So I take a slope to this.
From there, it all made sense after that. Daria Kelly, who I did sales with Priority. She schooled me on the sales game.
Wait.
She actually has that class.
Is that Dave Weiner? Is that Dave Weiner?
Yeah.
Is that David Weiner? Is that David Weiner from Priority?
Not long after Ice Cube's departure, Dr. Dre began questioning the finances at Ruthless Records, finding himself in a similar position as Cube. During this time, Dre crossed paths with Suge Knight, who promised to help. Suge brought in someone to examine Dr. Dre's royalties and finances.
It's involving Death Row. It's involving Death Row. It's involving Ruthless. It's involving Aftermath. This before the war with Aftermath.
Not knowing if Easy knows about this shit or not. And Easy is just going crazy. Fuck you, this, fuck you, that. Up until then, everything that we had done was like the ultimate brotherhood, at least from my perspective.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it just turned into business. It turned into pressure.
I said, listen, man, fuck all of this going back and forth shit, man. Either Jerry goes or I go.
Yeah, due to the LA riots, due to the riots in LA.
Suspicion would lead to them breaking away from Ruthless Records and seeking a new path.
That was the end of me and Eazy-E's relationship.
That's done.
In 1991,
That relationship was done for. History, I'm done.
Disputes and teamed with Suge Knight to form Death Row Records. Suge Andre a favor and used intimidation against Ruthless to get him out of his contract.
Suge Knight was always around. He was around in the days of NWA. I never noticed who he was.
He was an aggressive person that cleared the way for me to go in and do what I had to do. You know, by any means necessary.
Dre basically made Ruthless Records.
According to court papers, Suge and friends basically came in and told Eric and Jerry Heller Dre was leaving and they couldn't stop them, and that this was not just legal, it was physical, it was personal. From day one, this label was born amidst the controversy that involved violence.
Dre was the label's superstar producer, driving his sound and signing fresh talent. Suge and Dre invested their own money into the company and insisted on owning their own masters, a stance that set Death Row apart.
Yeah.
Backed by Suge Knight's muscle, Death Row became the biggest rap label in the world that was built on gangster rap.
Tower Records in Marina Del Rey, where this is really the hottest album on the shelves right now.
Since the album was released at midnight last night, at this store they've already sold.
That was called America versus Death Row. Now they got America versus Death Row.
Nobody had ever in the modern era.
Versus America versus Death Row. That's what it's called.
Triple Platinum album is $30 million.
So the Welcome to Death Row shit.
It's more like $45 million on the retail level.
Makes
Death Row became the core of Interscope, became the core.
Why would America hate Death Row?
Making machine. After the Snoop album came out, it was all great. Because man, Death Row was flying high then.
After the success of the Doggy Style album, Death Row didn't need to look elsewhere.
All because of women are being offended by Snoop Dogg album? Come on. They're offended by a Dr. Dre album. Oh, it's gotta be involved cop killings and all this other bullshit. That's how Dr. Dre was leaving early 1996. Until they signed Tupac. Until they signed Tupac.
$1.4 million for Suge Knight of Death Row Records, which is signed for a record deal.
And then I went straight to the studio.
That's how they signed Tupac.
And I did 24 tracks in less than 2 weeks.
You could mix it later and have it to love being in the studio all night, just add the drum beat in the sound and shit. You do that after the rappers leave the shit.
Yeah.
That's what's fresh. That's what's good. Get that beat popping. One of the niggas on the track, George put it down. And I can just walk back like you listen to it like it's the hook going in. That be so.
If I had so much to say, I think this would be the best way to present it instead of paying some psychotherapist like $50 million. I go to the studio. Cheaper.
There we go. California.
They're nuts.
You know, realize one thing, Tupac is still broke. I still have more than just a business relationship with him. He's the type to be like a brother and a friend.
Oh, Tupac.
Became a West Coast versus East Coast.
Tupac had punked Bad Boy. Tupac is punking Bad Boy, bro.
Tupac was my friend, so I had no problem with playing my role. You know, nigga, you need to wear suits, nigga. Hugo Boss, nigga, jewelry. Do this, do that. Nigga, lay your hair down. But once he started bad mouthing Dre, feeling like that's coming from Suge.
Tupac and Dr. Dre was fine in the beginning. Everything was great. I mean, you can see problems.
It was kind of exciting because the environment was thuggish, bloods on this side,
Yeah.
on this side, and hearing all these different war stories. And I feel like it was something I needed.
I know it's real shit.
Producing a record for a particular artist. It's like you have to get into the type of vibe that
By 1996, 10 mentions in hip hop.
Oh, man, go get this back.
Tupac, who once respected Ice Cube, took shots at him during the
He
hip-hop
did.
era.
He went at Ice Cube real quick. He dissed him.
Now it's all about Versace. You copy my style. I dig Ice Cube. I looked up to him. But because I looked up to him and I studied his style, that's the shit. I know what he's doing wrong. Piece of shit ain't selling, so now he's going to the war shit. And he's using us as the gas. He dropped some shit called Bad Ass.
That's what Mac 10 and WC, bro.
Oh, that's how it's supposed to do.
Ironically, that same album featured King of the Hill, where Ice Cube was firing back at Cypress Hill.
He got this with Cypress Hill, dude. He beat with
Even as
them.
Ice Cube expanded into film with the movie Friday, controversy followed.
I was doing movies. I was kind of trying to build that career.
Around that same period, Cypress Hill accused him of copying their record, igniting another West Coast beef.
That makes it.
In the mid-1990s, a few years after leaving NWA and moving to New York, a feud erupted between rapper Ice Cube and Latin hip-hop group Cypress Hill.
I always was down with him. You know, he was always one of my favorites.
Chicken
And,
shack.
you know, Bill by name, I want you know, look at me like they look at him or like they look at KRS-One.
Cypress Hill was Be Real and long admired Ice Cube and good friends with the group.
Chicken
Be
shack.
Real even being Cube's bodyguard at one time.
Always strapped up, had my vest on, sidearm at all times. I didn't fuck. And then I went to hang out with Cube. He didn't have any of his bodyguards hanging out when we would hang out. So, you know, shit, I took over the duty. If somebody was going to step through my duty, they were going to have to do it.
Be Real was also tapped in to contribute to Cube's 1990 comedy film Friday.
Yes, right.
That's not the day off, right, man?
Yeah. Originally, I was supposed to be in that movie, but our manager fucked around and booked dates for us, you know, in Europe. So I couldn't be in the movie. So I was supposed to be the next movie.
Managers are quick. He fucked around and tried to schedule y'all to some shows. He won't be able to be on. He won't be able to be on Friday because of the other shit that happened to you and B Mubs and Sim.
So I said, hey, you know, I can't be in the fucking movie. My manager fucked up. I apologize, but you know, we'll give you some music for the movie if you want.
He's gonna take your shit. Ice Cube is gonna take your shit, no matter what's gonna happen. He might take it for that Friday movie. That's what they're gonna take.
Yeah, that's perfect. You know, me and Muggs asked him, hey man, you know, we got a couple of tracks from the album you want to hear. We played them song. Let's go to the
He's good. Ice Cube is gonna take your shit. You got you and Muggs and Sim can go talk with all the homies and tell them that Cube's gonna take your shit. Then this with no rest for the wicked. This with no rest for the wicked. That's what you're gonna do. I listen to your record, and then the record company is pissed at me.
Cube was impressed and wanted it for Friday, but the group refused to give it up. A few weeks later, Ice Cube released his single Friday.
We took off on tour a number of months later, and our homies were calling us. You know, he says, "Hey man, did you give the song from your record for the Friday thing?" Like, yeah, the Get High song, yeah, we gave that up already.
He haven't even tried.
No. The Throw Your Set kind of thing. I said, no, we ain't doing that.
He did took it.
You know, that shit is in his chords in his song.
Ice Cube did took your song, bro. He did took your song. What you gonna do?
Finally, I hear it. Sure enough, there it is. You know, the same. It's like some of the words are changing around, but for the most part, the chorus.
Cypress Hill later felt Cube took the hook of one of their songs without permission for his movie's theme song, and immediately took offense being betrayed by Cube.
3 months later, I go to South Africa to do my movie. Mac 10 from Cypress Hill on the radio.
Said what? Calls me, asked me if you know why we're dissing him, and I said, hey,
Why's he calling
you
you?
guys feel like you snatched up the song?
There was a misunderstanding where they thought that I took one of their books and this, that, and other.
Sitting there telling me that he was, you know, he didn't do it. You know, we're friends and this is hip hop and everything. And I thought, yeah, you know, it could happen.
it's hip hop, you know. I said, you know what, let me talk to them. I'll straighten it out.
There was also another moment involving the crew connected to Ice Cube's camp. Be Real rocked up to a recording session with Cube and recorded some vocals, and then another problem occurred.
And I heard a couple lines that were the same things I used on the Temple of Boom record. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, that's my line. How the hell is it on this record? Like, damn, again? In my opinion, I felt like he saw my reaction, and I walked out of the room for a second to make a phone call. When I came back, the line was gone. And I was thinking, oh, wait a minute, that line ain't there no more. Okay, I know I'm not tripping. So I come back and I have a talk with these guys again months and said, hey, I think he really did think I should.
Enraged by the perceived threat, Cypress Hill recorded No Rest for the Wicked.
Cube in a song called Wicked, which supposedly, you know, he stole from King's son from the Bronx.
Talk to King's son. Talk to King's son what Ice Cube had took from him. Talk to King's son. Talk to King's son. He from the NY. He with the number 7 crew. Oh, Latin Kings. I know that is number 7. Latin Kings.
So I go look at the people and it's being real. So I'm like, hey, they're like, yo, can I speak to King's son? So I open the
See that chain? It says number 7. That means for Latin Kings.
Just be real. I'm like, oh, come here. Like, yo, son, we doing the show downtown, and you know, Ice Cube has been out of town from the movie Fridays and everything like that. Third, we want you to come down.
That came from that throw your send the air song.
I got dressed and we went down.
Making it clear that the target was Cube. This might be the start of the season.
I remember Cube told me, man, you started to live in the I thought that was your homie. Because they was down. And he said, yeah, I thought they was my homies too, but them niggas was desperate.
You know, me, I don't love no champ, nobody. You know, even though we was dogs, I feel like they should be dealt with the world. Yeah.
It ain't no motherfuckers.
Ice Cube, now backed by his West Coast super group Westside Connection with Mac 10 and WC, retaliated on their debut album Bow Down in 1996. They dropped King of the Hill, a diss track attacking Cypress Hill, and asserts Cube's dominance as King of the Hill.
Basically the diss against us with him and Mac 10.
I had little bet, Be Real, Mug, Sin Dog, nobody was Cypress Hill. And it was blood. But I was with this thing, so I didn't give a fuck.
And it was a pretty good diss, you know. I had to give it up on that one. It was all right.
WC refused to participate in the dissing of his friends Cypress Hill, so the diss track came mainly from Cube and Mac 10.
With his homeboys. So you know the Dub singing on that record. Dub told me that he knew him. And that's why he stayed out of it for that. But I don't give a fuck if I know you or not. That's the way I was raised though. My daddy was a gangster, and that's how he instilled that. If you ride with your nigga, right or wrong. Talk about and tell a nigga how wrong he was later after that. But if it's going down, nigga, you gotta ride with it.
Fuck everybody. Really, ain't really. You know, like, now what? You hip hop. If you how you fucking jump up, think you gonna fuck me and chill and deal with the fact that you ain't got enough skill. The king of the hill.
The most difficult part about that shit was to say to him about Sin Dog. Sin, he had a conversation with Cube and said, Cube, man, I remember those Vaseline. I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. And we still went on, because that's how gangster it was at the time. And we didn't know was that a setup or what, so we just covered all bases. Fuck Sin Dog.
I already knew about the disc before it came out. I had the lyrics sent to me from unknown sources.
The day after it came out, Beats put their beat, killed them on.
Not to be outdone, Cypress Hill answered back again with Ice Cube Killer, An unofficial diss track aimed squarely at Cube and West Side Connection.
Basically did what Cube had been known to do other people, which is jack their beats and just the shit out of them over it,
Give me that big bitch.
We are at war.
Ding, motherfucker.
In it, Be Real does a greater verse on Cube, including an intro by a Cube sound alike to make a joke of him, escalated the beat to his peak.
I thought that shit was what? That shit was couldn't fuck with King of the Hill.
They dissed me at the LA Sports Arena car show, with like 40,000 people there, And then I did some shit in the Bronx on Rap Sheet's pay-per-view where I had his shirt crossed out with a big red X.
The few didn't stay confined to music. The bad blood seeps into the streets and media.
I had people from inside coming to me.
At the Power 106 Powerhouse concert, West Side Connection was met with hostility. Some of the fans reported that many Latino Cypress Hill performers held bottles of Cube's group on stage.
All of the Latin people were like, hey man, we're gonna ride for you on this one. You just say the word.
They would not want to see Cypress Hill in LA. They get ran the fuck out of LA. Dead up. The essays in the streets in LA.
Give me that big bitch.
Knocked him down, knocked him out, woke him back up, whooped on his ass. Somehow his chain fell in my hand. I don't know how I got in my hand, but they fell in my hand. Then all of a sudden the Rolex started jumping off and coming into my hand. I don't know how that crowd go crazy. They go bananas off of it.
And we're like, well, shit, let's take pictures with it.
Why'd you took the chain?
Nigga, you didn't take the chain. Nigga, why you wear it? What you proving, nigga? How many brownie points you get for that, nigga? You didn't take it. That's the way I felt at the time.
It was a pretty interesting time because, it created a lot of a split here in LA between black and brown,
Rather than hide the incident, Solo planted it. That same night, Cypress Hill had the show at LA's House of Blues, and Fontino showed up wearing Ice Cube's stolen chain in front of the crowd alongside Be Real. This was a clear signal of victory on Cypress Hill's behalf. The chain snatcher was not a random robbery. It was tied to the ongoing rap beef between Cypress Hill and Cube. Solo was effectively acting on behalf of Cypress Hill. The altercation became part of the Cube vs. Cypress Hill feud narrative, proving that bad blood had spilled from wax to real life. Remarkably, no police reports or legal actions emerged from the brawl. It remained an off-the-street record incident. However, word of the fight spread quickly in the East Coast rap community. It was an embarrassing story for Ice Cube, one of the era's biggest rap stars, and for years it lived as an underground rumor. The chain snatcher became a well-known proof of just how intense the Cube vs. Cypress Hill feud became. Within Cypress Hill's circle, it was seen as payback for Cube's diss tracks and comments. While Cube himself has rarely, if ever, spoken publicly about being robbed by Solo, the story's persistence speaks volumes. For Cypress Hill fans, it was almost a full victory. For Cube's camp, an unfortunate episode best forgotten. Decades later, the bad blood from the incident had cooled. Sean Fontino had since made peace with Ice Cube, just as Cypress Hill did. In 2013, when Fontino's role as GTA 5's Franklin brought him back into the spotlight, many gamers were stunned to discover the man voicing Franklin had once knocked out Ice Cube in real life. The story was covered by news outlets, quickly went viral on forums and social media.
The GTA 5 game. Everybody else knows that.
The credibility of GTA.
I kept that game on.
Intentionally hired a real former gang member like Fontino to voice characters for authenticity. The fact that one of their voice actors actually lived a gangster moment became a compelling trivia point. Within the hip hop community, the revival of the story prompted nostalgia for 90s hip hop.
Somebody gave me Be Real number. They said Be Real for a holiday.
He asked me, so what's he gonna take for you and Cube to squash this? I said, just like you, all he's gotta do is call me and we'll talk it out.
And I explained to him where I was coming from. Nigga, I don't got nothing to do with it, but that's my homeboy that I'm riding with. He said, you know what, homie? I can respect that. I can't even get mad at you. I respect that. If that's where you coming from with it at, I respect that.
Cube called me like on I think it was January 1st in 97. Like, what's going on, man? Let's talk this thing out, And so I said, yeah, all right.
And then Be Real and Ice Cube had to be on the show with Tommy Davis.
Absolutely. The shit we've been talking.
Then after that, Be Real and Ice Cube went off to the talk show to go see Tommy Davidson.
We'll run into each other. You know, it's a small world. If you want to squash it right now, we can squash it. I'll never say any fucked up thing about you as long as you stick to that too, and we'll be friends again, and maybe shit, we'll work together and do something.
We see Be Real right now. You can come hang with us right now, man. It's cool. For real, because we got past.
I like Ice Cube show. I'm a big fan. I was bumping it today. I'm telling you, check my CD thing right now.
Definitely, there's no beef whatsoever. I mean, when I squashed it with him, and I said my piece, that was it. You know, back 10-2. You know.
On the 1st of January 1997, Be Real and Ice Cube officially squashed their beef, putting an end to the Cypress Hill vs. West Side Connection war. As a public sign of reconciliation, Ice Cube and Be Real teamed up along with others on Shaquille O'Neal's 1997 single, Men of Steel. This collaboration featuring Cube and Be Real trading verses on the same track proved the hatchet was buried.
I mean, we don't have our share problems, you know, but, you know, we're working together to work that out, you know, and, you know, maybe as the public see us work out our problems, they'll work out their problems, you know, there's a lot of problems here, you know, in Southern California, you know, with blacks and Latinos, this, that, and the other, and, you know, and hopefully this right here will just be that stepping stone to get everything squashed, and black and black, definitely. I mean, you know, both of us, you know, we have a lot of influence on our communities and everything with our music and the stuff we got to say. So, you know, we was beating each other for so long, and it was confusing people. And we need to be down together rather than confusing each other and confusing our audience and all the people who are listening to what we got to say. So, you know, it's like we needed to put aside our differences and look at the bigger picture. We go back a ways. We're friends and you know, real tight and everything.
And they did squash it.
Something unimaginable at the beat
The
side.
beat was done.
It didn't start over diss tracks. It started over trust. Time eventually did what Brian couldn't. They squashed it. And the crazy part, it all circles back to the movie Friday, a movie that became a classic. But don't this shit. Then it went from music to real life. Sometimes it's so real it ends up sounding like a GTA mission.
Hey, come on, bro, don't do that. I'm trying to get crazy with this shit.
Let's mix with the Death Row Aftermath. The Death Row and Aftermath shit.
But that was mainly because when I was around in '95, you know, from the Friday soundtrack and all of that.
Let's mix it with the beef between Death Row and Aftermath. Let's do it.
Trump. Then he also had the issue with Deep Orange, where he slapped the female. Carter case.
This one's from Bomb First, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Bomb First. This is Reggie Wright Jr., the former Death Row Records head of security.
He went to produce the shit. Other niggas was producing the beats off of my album. Other niggas was doing the beats and Dre was giving credit.
Yeah, so all other little producers and they did the tracks. Dre wasn't doing tracks.
Suge basically took on the role for Tupac that he had taken on for Dre. And I don't think it's a coincidence that at a certain point, you know, Tupac started becoming the mouthpiece for Suge and started dissing Dre.
He is a dope producer, but he ain't worked in years. I'm out here in the streets, you know what I mean? Whooping niggas ass, starting wars and shit, putting it down, dropping albums, doing my shit. And this nigga taking 3 years to do one song.
Around that time, Snoop Dogg was on trial for murder. Dre's absence as a witness didn't sit well with Tupac.
It's a raw outtake. It's all because that little smoke guy.
Was that Snoop was on trial for murder, fighting for his life? Somebody had said that Dre was in the car. The jury believed that. We needed Dre to be there to say he wasn't there. Once they would have saw him, they would have known he wasn't there. And that would say Snoop's all yeah, Dre's one of my heroes in the music business. But I was like, no matter how dope he is, if he's not down for his homeboy, Snoop brought him back when he was just a relic, when he was dissing him. You know what I mean? Then I don't want to be a part of him. I don't want to be around him or nothing. But I feel as though what's done in the dark will come to life. This sequence that everybody's gonna find out about, that I don't have to play hate or draw speech about, that will come out. You'll find out for yourself, and you'll know why I did it. I swear to God, y'all living by the rules of the game that y'all, the people, have put down for us to live by.
As 1996 began, the atmosphere grew more hostile. Tupac felt Dre wasn't putting in the work or showing loyalty.
He is a dope producer, but he ain't worked in years. I'm out here in the streets, you know what I mean? Whooping niggas ass, starting wars and shit, putting it down.
Let's go to Snoop. Let's go to Snoop.
Taking 3 years to do one song.
Let's go to Snoop. But Dre left. Dre was leaving Death Row because of it.
Allegedly,
Dr. Dre was leaving Death Row because of all the problems that's going on with him.
Displeasure.
He shot.
Then Raheem started saying that, oh, Tupac has shot Dr. Dre in the leg.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was true or not.
Shoot Dre. Shot him.
I don't even know if it was true or not.
Yeah, that.
Who shot who in the leg?
So when he was talking all that stuff on the records, he really meant business.
And Corrupt said Tupac was shot in the legs.
I always wondered about that scene.
Corrupt knows about what happened with Dr. Dre and Tupac.
Got mad at everybody in Death Row because the way they was acting in the lobby, he stopped beating up on the dude and stuff like that.
That came from that movie.
But then he, got shot in both his legs. Not this one guy. Something happened.
But the interviewer asking, is the guy still alive? Who did it?
Even Snoop knows. Even Snoop knows. Snoop knows, man. He knows.
That's crazy.
Snoop knows, man. He was there with Dre. Snoop was there with Dre. Snoop was there with Dre when he got shot in the leg.
Could that be Tupac Shakur? Even Snoop Dogg verified he was there when Dr. Dre got shot in the leg.
He never said that. Corrupt wasn't even there. I was physically standing next to Dr. Dre when he got shot. Wow. You never said a word. Wow. We took that on the chin. He lived.
Can you imagine one of the world's biggest producers being shot by a label mate? Said Joe, it's kind of hard to believe that even happened. Drop us a comment below and let us know what you think of these claims.
How many of them do I really need? He wasn't as inspired. And it was like, there was too many thugs and niggas up there that didn't have anything to do with nothing. It was mostly just the way the studio was, and that's where I have to spend most of my time. It was not a work atmosphere anymore. It became fun and games. The succession kicked in. We were stars. Motherfuckers just loved being around.
You actually got hit, right? With a golf club?
Then Ruthless versus Death Row. Then the Death Row versus Ruthless thing. Oh, they saw the club at Drayster. Bam.
In 1995, tensions between Death Row Records and Easy's Ruthless Records were real. That summer, Montel Jordan was filming his music video, Something for the Hoodies, at the Sherwood Country Club in California.
Play that shit.
Big names were on the set, including Nate Dogg from Easy's side, BG Knockout, and Gangsta Dressed Up.
Actually, Easy boys. They was just, me and Ricky Harris was riding around, a little go-kart thing, getting ready to shoot a scene. And they just walked up on me like, "Put the dogs down," you know what I mean? And my response is like, I'm not, it's about 100 people around there, one of them went behind me. So I'm like, well, we got to swing down, else I just get swung off. So then it all jumped off. So once I swung, man, it just got hectic, because then I was fighting 2, 3 people, and then somebody hit me in the back of the head. Niggas just like, yo, what's up? All right, let's go.
Let's go. Bring cameras.
Back by a big crew, BG Knockout and Dressed Up around London.
Oh no, Nate's DOW was about to go sway that motherfucking golf club at Drayster, man, the gangster. Bam, you got to do with the cup. Oh, Nate's about to run. Nate's running. Women running. There's women running. They're running, dog. Women are running because of that shit. They about to hold it back. What the fuck?
I was giving niggas 10, you got one swing.
They just whacked it with the golf club. See that shit? The video's done for. The video was done. The video was done for anyway until Drayster swung it back right now. Or they called for security. Look, they told him to pull out the club. Look. Drayster about to go throw it down. The video was already shut down. It's done. It's not gonna be taking place anyway because that bullshit at the fucking club. Yeah, everybody, you got everybody sprinting away and shit in the fucking background. They're gone. They're done for. The video is dead. It's done. What you gonna say now, Method Man? What you gonna say? I know you do love it. I know you do. See, it's over with. The fight is done.
Unnecessary bullshit. Like we was talking about some people earlier before about coming out talking about us and doing this and trying to do that so they can bring their name up. I don't know how much he invested in things. I don't know how much he had to do with influencing them to talk about us. But they was down with him and we was down with Drake, so they was trying to do their just thing.
Oh, DPG killer.
Played out quick. They come out talking that Cardi. The only thing where anybody would know anything about them was when they had us in the video tied all up. That's all we heard.
That was DPG killer.
About their album. I think they sold 8 copies.
That's DPG killer.
And I mean, hey, I ain't mad at them, but I mean, this is gonna be the same thing. I mean, if we not trying to be no who, we out trying to make money because I know that I feel real bad about it. It look real silly. I was scared somebody got it on there. Oh, we got your back. But I mean, I was like, man, that's some real unnecessary shit for us to be out there doing this and we supposed to be making money. But I mean, they seen it as a way to come up and they ended up on the show. They just stayed that.
Drake was disturbed and possibly scared of Suge's crazy behavior. Drake found himself retreating from the drama and violence surrounding the label. All these factors set the stage for Drake's departure. In order to secure his freedom,
Drake is leaving Death Row because of he got scared of the tension and the violence that just pushed all the way around him.
Also surrendered the copyrights to the Chronic 1992 to Death Row. Suge Knight only allowed Drake to leave under these harsh terms.
Yeah, without the rights to that album.
Immediately after leaving, Dr. Dre partnered with Interscope Records executive Jimmy Iovine to launch his new label, Aftermath Entertainment.
Finding people that you can trust is difficult enough. Most people have difficulty with that. And Dre and I, from the day we met, we trusted each other.
Unlike Death Row, Aftermath was conceived as a more professional label with corporate backing, giving Dre a fresh start.
What a coexist. But Jimmy Iovine made it happen.
As far as Dr. Dre goes, been there, done that. Do it.
He chooses to go on, move forward, and do his own thing. For me, I'm not trying to be an asshole about it, but they could be a better position. I mean, Death Row was a multi-million-dollar company that have catalog hits on top of hits, and I still hold on to that.
Well, this is what happened with Dr. Dre. When Dr. Dre is leaving Death Row to start Aftermath Entertainment. Here's the war. This is the war right after Death Row. That's war after the row.
Suge Knight did not want Dr. Dre to leave Death Row, even though he became 100% owner of the company for 50%. He did not want that.
You can walk in the door and get your ass with Death Row. You could be sitting down and waiting to see Suge, and somebody come in, hire the motherfucker, and they get their ass whooped.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of those guys that worked there was scared just to come to work because somebody might just come in and whoop your ass. Drake was scared too. I mean, it was all those guys. You know, I look at their videos and all that shit. They was all scared. You know, can't none of them say they wasn't scared. My whole thing about it is, you can't treat your artists like that. Why is you getting down like that? Why is you putting fear in these guys like that? They work for you. They ain't gonna do what they do. If they come in here knowing they're gonna get jumped on, I might get jumped on.
Should have meeting with Jimmy, and he told Jimmy, he says, "Look, man, I can't do nothing with Dre. You gonna have to take him off my hands, man. I just can't." Because you gotta remember, Pac was fire, and he still has Snoop, so He had
Dog pound.
yeah, he had that in-house producer, so he didn't feel like he needed Dre at this point. So he called Jimmy and they met him. He told him, he said, you take Dre. You take Dr. Dre. And Jimmy was like, no, man, think about it. Jimmy's going back with no, shit, no. Eventually Jimmy said, okay.
So he's like, man, you know what, I'm tired of this bullshit. Which, we know he was still around, but that's shit that builds up. So that's when the big meeting was Sam Steve after. Because by that time, Jimmy Iovine called Shield and said, hey, Dre is legal. You want to lead that role on helping get something started with Aftermath and, another label, which eventually became Aftermath. So he leave. But he's leaving with nothing. He didn't get one cent there, will never get another penny from that role. And Dre was like, okay. Now, there's other things. I know how to put out accusations or opinions that Dre was up. The final straw of the camel's back was when he found out Mr. Lady and Chill was messing around and allegedly pregnant or something like that. Yeah. Or maybe that he was fucking her. I'll just say that. So he's hearing all of this stuff, and Dre was just tired. But how the conversation really went was from Jimmy Iovine to Sugar, and Jimmy assuring both he still had their backs. Dre, you'll be fine. Let him have the company. And, I got you. Which he still got to this day.
Dre's departure wasn't a loss. I mean, if you have a multi-million-dollar company, maybe worth $1 billion or so, and you own it 100% and don't have a partner, then you'd have to give him nothing. But it's working papers. That's great. With having a partner to having 100% of a company. So he got what he wanted, I got what I wanted, and life goes on.
It is a lot to leave behind.
That's like walking away from Motown or something. Keep it. I'm gone.
Things wasn't going on right. I actually didn't even know the nigga left. Then I popped up at the studio, people looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? It was crazy, ain't nobody never slapped me and nothing like that. If you thinking that's not what happened.
Different fucking gangster to the music and the business.
What if they would have had control? Then that whole element of it wouldn't have been a part of it. Would it still been as successful? Or did the controversy really make them successful? See, that's the hard thing to answer. Like, was it because of Bloods and Death Row and Snoop Dogg and Tupac? And was it really all that? Because if it would have went right, Eminem would have came, 50 Cent would have came. I mean, think about that. Sometimes when I see Suge or Dr. Dre, those guys go, wow, man, I wonder if that crosses the mind. I'm like, wow, it would have been $500 billion company, man.
Death Row got deep roots to the East Coast versus West Coast war. Tupac's beef with Biggie and P Diddy put Death Row up with Bad Boy Records. Snoop, however, wasn't eager to continue the cycle of hatred. In a Hot 97 interview just days after the 1996 MTV Awards, Snoop said he had love for Biggie and Puff.
When I did an interview with him, was asked how do I feel about Puffy and Biggie, and I was like, I like them because I'm gonna do some music. And I just brought up the wrong way, like, fuck them niggas, them niggas trying to kill me, niggas shot at you, and you talking about you and do a song with them niggas. I wasn't thinking about his emotion. I was thinking about the way I felt at the time. I wasn't into no controversy. I liked them niggas' music. They was our friends. We was all friends at one point. This video footage of all of us hanging out. Pop, me, Puff, Suge, all of us together. Prior to Death Row. Just on some regular shit. So, that to me, I never seen myself getting involved. Even when he played the video for me to Hit 'Em Up. Even when he played Hit 'Em Up, the song, I didn't like the song. I didn't like it.
Tupac wasn't happy with Snoop's public show of peace. On the flight home from New York, Tupac and Suge Knight ignored Snoop, and Snoop could feel the tension building, leaving Snoop feeling vulnerable.
So now we flying back to LA the next day. So normally I got two security with me that fly on the private plane. Where Suge got his homies, Pac got his security.
We get to the private plane, and Suge like, they can't go. Security like, all right, well, come over with us, dog. I'm like, nah, I'm staying. I'm lying with you. Like, this either the moment you niggas gonna kill me, but we gonna get some clarity in this air. We got a 5.5 hour flight. I ain't got no security. You niggas ain't feeling me right now. I feel like they would feel each other's fire. Like they was tip tap. When we get on, when I get on the plane, that they say my security came wrong. They don't say nothing to me.
Yeah.
So I sit down. So they don't say nothing to me. I'm just gonna take off. I'm like, all right, I see what's gonna happen. I've been around these days. I know I get there. I grab me a knife and a fork. Get my blanket. Put my blanket over my eyes so I can right up in the ear. 5.5 hours like this. Sit in the back of the plane, all the way in the back. I'm the last seat. So, nigga, somebody gonna get killed. Nigga, if I'm gonna get killed, somebody dying with me. I'm just my back against the wall. 5.5 hours. Nobody said one word to me. Not one fucking word. So as we land, they roll the little stairs down. The niggas go up first. My Rolls Royce right here, Pop Rolls Royce right here. Go down the stairs. Pop go down. I go down. I'm like, Pop, you going to Vegas and fight?
During the start of
Yeah.
that, No Digger was Dre's first major hit, along with Teddy Riley.
Why the no leap to turn?
Unpack got their hands on an early version of the beat.
Why the no leap to turn?
Pushed out an early version of Toss It Up, using the same sample to get back at Dre.
Yeah, Blackstreet and Teddy Riley and Dr. Dre. Go ahead, Teddy Riley and Dr. Dre with that song. Come on.
Jimmy sent the cease and desist. I called Jimmy and I said, Jimmy, what's this shit going on? Yo, I was sampling on record on the radio. People,
Let's toss it up. Let's toss it up. Tupac, Casey, Tupac, Casey, JoJo, Aaron Hall, Danny Boy. It was an attack on Teddy Riley and Dr. Dre.
I mean, this
Come
is
on.
the insult. Like he said,
They doing this to get back at Dr. Dre and Teddy Riley. I just went at Teddy Riley and Dr. Dre. We'll toss it up.
Stepped in and issued a cease and desist, forcing them to make alterations to the beat.
This shit was angry.
I think she was mad at me.
Why? Cease and desist? You don't like it?
Don't worry about it. It's taken care of. The record's all tonight.
Go.
He got it both. This is when I knew the power of him. Yeah.
Keep going.
I know he pushed a button and that record disappeared off the radio. And then came back out. He came back, toss it up after featuring Aaron Hall to diss me and Jonas T and Devontae to diss me and Dr. Dre.
It was featured Aaron Hall. It was featured Aaron Hall and Danny Boy. The dude that Teddy was buddies with and guy. That was Teddy Riley's friend.
It was clear Tupac was calling out Dre for abandoning Death Row and implying he wasn't loyal or street enough. Shug's pettiness also surfaced at the original artwork plan for Tupac's The Don Illuminati album. The blonde guy signifying the generic white blonde drag. Some people speculate it's Jimmy Iovine or Jerry Ella.
I knew it.
Secret lover named
I really knew it all along, man.
Sorry, I knew it. The only thing I know you
Look at this album. Look at this. Look at this.
I didn't know a so-called gangster rapper would go for the straight on with this other man. Right. It's very good because I know when. Yeah, why you saying he's gay? But I'm saying he's gay because there's a guy named Bruce and they're sleeping together. You know, I love you, but if you homo, Dre not gonna be here. After that, Dre not gonna be here. What do you want to be here, man? You're looking for Dre, not gonna be here. What I be there?
The years after Dre's departure saw Death Row quickly lose its star power. In September 1996, Tupac Shakur was killed in Las Vegas.
You knew that company was going to come crashing down feds first. People let the fame go to their heads and the egos took over. The next thing you know, it was nowhere to go but that.
Suge Knight then was sent to court on a parole violation for his involvement in the casino brawl the night of Tupac's shooting, leaving the label's future uncertain. Snoop Dogg still Death Row's flagship artist, but the empire crumbling around it. And April 1992 attack on the spiral rappers Hollywood authorities.
Yeah. This is a man who has 8 different convictions.
And Your Honor, I ask you, how many bites as probation member does this defendant get? I think it was very clear that Mr. Knight delivers a kick. He was right if he had been involved in assault, and the way he left the scene caused me to believe that he knew exactly what it was he was doing when he had been involved in. Your prior record indicates one of violence. You are a danger to the community. Your prior performance on probation was not satisfactory. You committed other crimes while you were on probation. You're not a suitable candidate for probation, in other words, and so therefore probation is denied.
After that, Snoop's faith in Death Row was faded, and he began to look for a way out of Death Row.
Yeah. My train of thought was, man, I ain't playing with them no more. I've been dealing with this my whole life. I'm gonna find a new leaf to turn.
And Snoop will find a new leaf to turn.
Shook's imprisonment, Death Row turned into chaos.
He did find a leaf to turn.
Snoop was still legally tied to Death Row, but he couldn't trust anyone as the label was full of gang tension.
He was under contract with them.
On Pyrie and the Crips. And at that moment, Snoop was actually broke, had no money because Shook controlled everything. Master P got in touch with Snoop and offered him some money for a paid feature.
This one had a song called Gangsta Shit on his album, and he wanted me on it. And I was like, man, look what you need. And I told him I wanted $3,500 because I was broke and I was just like, could he get some money? Pete gave me a check for $35,000. All right, he put another zero on that month. This is my kind of nigga. And he was asking what I was doing next. And I was about to do an album called Death Row. He was like, hold on, bro, you don't need to do that. Give me a few days, let me figure it out.
No Limit Records were eager to sign Snoop Dogg.
He was signed with Steel Machine. Everybody at that time was deadly afraid of shit. I've never been afraid of no man. You know. So P goes to Mule Creek Prison. I met with Suge Knight. What you want for Snoop? Told me what it was, and that was it.
The deal went through as Snoop officially joined No Limit Records in the early 1998. The only 2 artists still signed to Death Row were Daz and Corrupt, aka the Dog Pound. But when Suge also stopped paying them, Daz, who was actually Snoop Dogg's real cousin, sued Suge and left Death Row and started working with Snoop Dogg again. Corrupt then followed Daz. It felt like a fresh start for the Dog Pound, and it felt like Family was back together again. In late 1996, Dr. Dre released The Aftermath, a compilation showcasing his new label's eyes. The album introduced Aftermath, but flopped by Dre's standards. Critics called it uneven, and Dre's single Been There Done That failed to make an impact. Should even enlisted lesser-known Death Row associates to pile on. A songwriter named Jay Flex recorded a parody disc. In a show of spite, Shook put this song on the Death Row Greatest Hits album in 1996, effectively using the label to taunt Dre. Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment finally found its footing by 1998, 1999.
Slim Shady. Oh, he brought Marshall Mathers. Look.
Hi, my name is.
From prison, Suge Knight continued the rivalry, even as Dr. Dre moved on. In 1999, with Suge still behind bars, he appointed new personnel to run Death Row.
You want Death Row when they put out the Cover 2000?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What was that deal with that?
That was Suge Knight. I did. He was trying to get back at Dr. Dre.
Right, because
The war still starts, folks. Trust me, it's still gonna start. Why it's just starting? That's what we'll get. Let's listen to it. We'll start. Too gangster for radio.
Putting together. And he came with the fake Snoop Dogg, fake Tupac.
Yeah, too gangster for radio is what they said.
2000. So Suge stole the name for his Death Row album. Dre had to rename his own album to 2001, often known as the Chronic 2001. He even jokingly added 2001 to one of Suge. Chronic 2000 from Suge also contained numerous diss tracks. Featured an Eminem diss by rapper Milbo. Eminem didn't respond, and by 2000, Eminem was Aftermath's new face, and wherever Aftermath went, Suge Knight's shadow wasn't far behind. On October the 31st, 2000, while still behind bars, he dropped Dead Man Walking. on an authorized Snoop Dogg album made from old Death Row recordings. Suge determined to get his empire back and also wanted revenge on anyone who'd walked away from Death Row.
He's a form. He's a rat. Snitch.
Until Suge was released from Sheridan, Oregon's FDC.
2001, Suge gets released from jail looking like he's ready for war and heads back to his empty Death Row office ready to take back everything he's lost. Word got around fast that he was coming to sign Corrupt back to Death Row to become the first artist back on the show's wing.
What's up, man? We live here, man. Exclusive interview. They put that on the internet, nigga, man. And they take it up.
It's clear Death Row was back in business and Suge wanted revenge.
Corrupt, the newest member of Death Row. He returns back home to daddy. So what you got to say about it? Is it true?
We want 3 million. Me and Dad, from the gate.
From who?
It's like it's people.
Don't blame us. They gotta give us 3 tickets, yo. I'm not fucking with Death Row.
Dad said no. Dad's diligence says no. He doesn't want to fuck with them, man. He ain't fucking with the road no more.
Zoom, nigga, going down on the internet. Talk about their fan base, nigga. Get 22 million. Fuck their fan base. Where is that shit?
2002, Corrupt, one of Snoop's closest brothers from the Dog Pound, re-signed with Death Row, taking a new executive role.
Decided to do what the fuck you gonna do about it, fuck?
Snoop that felt like betrayal. The same label that once trapped him was now trying to rebuild with one of his own.
First, it was like a rumor. Everyone's like, Trump is going to go back to Death Row. And then, about a month later, I seen him on TV. You only got so long as an artist. Also, you got to do the next move.
How did you end up being back on the road?
Just talking with the big homie, you know what I mean? He basically was telling me the realest things for my life, which made me want to put my career into it. Yeah.
Is that left eye? Is that left eye? Is that left eye over there? Wait, is that left eye?
Down, and the record company's not existing anymore, and the only thing you know how to do, you can't even do anymore. And you got that guy in your ear, man.
You know what I'm saying? There's this shit, like, you know, doing the little TV things to do, you know?
You can't blame Suge Knight for being the guy that wants to stick his hand out and say, hey, man, I'll help you out. What's Snoop doing for you? What's this Dad's doing for you? You know, he's in his ear when he was down.
I don't know if it was left eye. It was left eye or some other check.
He's got to do it. Would have been
sitting right next to Suge.
I even told him, if Snoop Dogg and him can't make that for you, I go get that money. Sure, just use it. And it didn't matter how much money he was going to pay him. To me, I don't know Suge, and I don't know his relationship with Corrupt, but and you can see that shit.
That hurts some
He
feelings.
just used him to just say, fuck dog now, fuck Snoop, fuck that. Look who I got over here. You know what I mean? I think Suge sometimes, you know, people will.
That shit could hurt some feelings. That shit could hurt some feelings, man.
So those guys aren't getting
Yeah, it did. It could hurt some feelings too. Look.
That shit hurt a lot, man. That hurt, man.
Snoop spoke out, saying he was dumbfounded to Suge's fake power. He wasn't scared anymore, and when he dropped Pimp Slapped in 2002,
He got him.
calling Suge out by name, it was personal. It was the end of his fear and the start of an open war.
Pimp Slap. Then it was dressed.
Snoop comes hard on Pimp Slaps. Even this is Suge's wife and claims that Suge messed up the
Oh, Sharita. He dissing Sharita. He's dissing Sharita.
Even calls up
Snoop is dissing Sharita.
Especially Corrupt. At the end of Pimp Slaps, Snoop played a real voicemail from Big Jim Bob. One of Suge's own people, he was allegedly
Jim Bob got beef with Snoop and he sued him for no reason. Jim Bob is suing Snoop. Why him? Oh, because of Suge? Oh, because of Suge?
Suge out jail, the street walkers and Suge Snoop's at full swing. Swear that foreign gang war between factions loyal to Suge and Snoop could erupt. It was open season on Suge Night and Snoop was firing at both barrels. Suge and Snoop exploded on interviews with disses flying back and forth.
Crocodile be the first off the cage. I got monsters, I don't got no arms.
And please believe you got a big homie that will move on anybody for it.
So they're in the cage. So when I unlock that cage, look at I come out, smash the motherfucker.
Give me the X all that jizz, cause I'm a monster. Snoop Dogg, either God stomp you.
Whatever you do, I'm gonna do. However you want to plan on that. You want to do that, I'm gonna do it all. It all boils down to the fact that you're jealous of my paper style. You got Eastwood.
You fucking gangsta up a truck. Bitch, if you don't direct this, Snoop Dogg you up.
All my people's monsters. I just want to say shit nice, bitch, and everybody down when he beat them up. Straight up. Rugby is something that most people don't do. He said, you know what? I'm gonna admit my wrong, and they're like, oh, for all you other niggas who went the other way, y'all need a dick. It's really not about old niggas no more. They had their turn. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
In 2002, 50 Cent had signed with Eminem and Dr. Dre, and his debut album, Get Rich or Die Trying, was ready to explode. In the Club, the album's lead single, was being filmed in Los Angeles in late 2002.
Videos, big girls, man. Dre does.
And you see I'm bragging now. Yes, I want to make sure you know that I know it was lyric before it's lyric.
Dr. Dre and Eminem were on set, as were members of 50's cheerleading crew and Eminem's group D12.
Sugar's coming with the Mexicans, man. You better watch out.
Where you expect
Oh, Sugar's coming with the Mexicans, Dre. You better watch out.
and he didn't come along.
You got the Mexicans. Dre, you got the Mexicans, cuz. You got the Mexicans with him, dude. He 50 Mexicans. He got with him. Yeah.
He came with the 50 Mexicans and went out there and did back down. He came outside. He came with 50 Mexicans.
Yeah, he just said, what happened? It was like a standout. I mean, I know this sounds like a man of movie, but somebody said, shoot right here.
He got the Mexicans. He got the 50 Mexicans. Ask Tony Yayo. Tony Yayo knows, man. Tony Yayo knows about the 50 Mexicans that Sugar brought with him to the In the Club video shoot.
Which is weird.
Ask Tony Yayo. He knew about Suge. He know about Suge Knight and those 50 Mexicans, man. Coming to the video shoot.
What's up, man? What you want to do? What you want to do?
Bangum Slurp was already at the video shoot too. He saw these dudes.
And you go out, get like this.
18 Street guys.
In the club, you great. And that was crazy because Suge pulled up so with the Mexicans.
Yes.
And man, I just couldn't believe it. I didn't understand. Like, so we in the video, all you heard was, Suge is coming! Suge is coming!
Yeah.
Yo, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Dancers are falling. Dancers are running. Shit is this. Everybody's running. Shit is coming. So we couldn't believe it. Like, I'm from New York. I never seen no shit like that.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, dancers, the backup dancers are running.
They're
Everybody's
gone.
running this shit. They
Dancers are
running.
gone.
Yo, cameras was falling and shit. Cameraman, Sugar's coming. Yo, bro. So, you know, we like, damn, you know, this is Suge. This wild.
But dancers was running. Dancers are leaving. They running. Dancers are running. 8% running.
He had some Mexicans. Now, we from New York. You ain't never seen it with a tattoo on his forehead.
18th Street.
18th Street crew.
The 18th Street guys.
A tattoo on his face, homie.
The 18th Street
That's
guys.
the first time, like, before Lil Wayne and all that.
Yeah.
That's the first time I seen him with, like, tattoo on his eyes. Mexican, 18th Street.
Yes.
So it's just Suge just got the cigar. He just like that. He's like a pressure guy. That's why he got into the shit he got into later, because he like a pull up, light a cigar, you seeing the tattoos on their face, but we like, damn, what we got to lose? If we don't pop now, we going back to the hood.
Get some straps. Go get some
Back
straps.
to the hood. So it's like, fight these Mexicans.
Go get some
Mexican
straps.
blood.
Go get a couple of straps.
They have to show them for their eyes, pull their teeth, or go back home to the crib.
Go get a couple of slaps.
Go all out, fight right here.
This
likes the cigar, and it's the shit about Suge. He liked the cigar, and he was trying to
That's what I was doing earlier, man.
So Eminem, 50, everybody outside like the cigar.
Yeah.
I was bugging because I seen this one. I knew Eminem was real. I was like, don't give a man.
Yeah.
This one I knew. I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real.
It's like
50 outside.
I was like,
and then Jill just walked away. The Mexican looked kind of confused.
IDGAF.
When came outside, Eminem came outside 100%.
The focus instead fell on 50 Cent and Eminem, who were the prime targets by being signed to Aftermath, and became another one of Suge's scare tactics due to their prominence under Dre.
Uh-oh.
The bad blood may have been behind the notorious assault on Dr. Dre at the 2004 Vibe Awards.
Could use the police chiefs last night.
They sent little Jimmy Johnson, bro, to attack Dr. Dre. They threw chairs at him. Look. They sent Jimmy Johnson to go after Dr. Dre and throw chairs at him. That guy's a clown. And Jimmy Johnson, guy's a clown. He threw chairs at Dre. He attacking Dre. He attacking Dre. They beat him up. Look. The Jimmy Johnson guy. That guy just attacked Dre. The Jimmy Johnson guy. That's him. The ball-headed dude. The ball-headed guy. The Jimmy Johnson guy.
As Dr. Dre was about to receive his Lifetime Achievement Award, a man approached him who we now know as Jimmy Johnson.
That's why he was so quick to get him on her. Just frustration.
And Dre got his Lifetime Achievement. Dre got his Lifetime Achievement Award. That he's been wanting since 1992. He's been wanting this since 1992. Lifetime Achievement Award. He's been wanting this since 1992. He's been wanting this shit. He's been wanting it since 1992. Lifetime Achievement Award.
I just seen Drake.
Young Buck knows about that too.
Time, but I just seen it now. What Drake was handling this shit.
Their life is on the line. That's all their life is on the line. That's what they get.
It's your same size or bigger. And it's 2-3 motherfuckers. So I'm shit, man. Done anything that I had to do. After whatever went on, man, I had a fork in my hand.
Billboard and other outlets reported police were investigating Suge Knight's.
They're helping Dre up. Look, they're helping Dre up.
He was paid $5,000 by Suge Knight to hit Dr. Dre. Suge denied orchestrating the attack.
And I'm standing up, looking, I can see, and I didn't turn. And what happened over there? What happened over there? I was like, oh man, right? Like I ain't had nothing to do with Sal. I'm over here standing with you. I'm like, oh,
many in the industry saw it as a final attempt to prevent.
They dancers are running, cuz. Dancers are running, cuz. They gone. Dancers are running.
After Dre got out of the brawl, walked up on stage and collected his lifetime achievement.
They're helping. Yeah. Dr. Dre had been wanting this since 1992. A Lifetime Achievement Award. Please, man. Snoop, give it to him. You going to church with the shoes on? You want to go to church with the shoes on? Man? Yeah. That was a brawl. That was a brawl to begin with. Yes, yeah.
In the years that followed, the conflict never really disappeared. After legal troubles, including the fatal hit and run case, Suge Knight claimed old enemies were still working against him, pointing towards people connected to Dr. Dre. Authorities never supported those claims.
Did Dr. Dre fire back at Suge Knight?
Did Dr. Dre put a hit out on Suge Knight? We know that
Did he fire back at Suge? Did he fire back at Suge? Or did he go at him because of that?
Him saying that Dre took a hit out on Suge for two things. One, remember when Suge got shot 7 times in the abdomen at One Oak? Suge is saying that Dre is the one who ordered the hit. And
That's
then
what
he's
happened,
also
though.
saying that he ordered that Dre had one of the guys who was run over by Suge. His job was to kill Suge.
Then the movie said Surreal Compton.
And Suge is saying this is
He ran over Bone, and then they killed Terry.
supposed to get 25% of everything that Dre made for life.
And Suge is going to jail again.
What, $300 million?
Because the beat deal was up around $1 billion. So in order to get out of that $300 million, Suge.
All because of Dre. And Jimmy Iovine.
A lawyer for Dre says that given that Dre has had zero interaction with Suge since leaving Death Row Records in 1996, we hope that Suge's lawyer has lots of malicious prosecution insurance.
What began as a split inside Death Row Records turned into something deeper. Years of suspicion, and neither side truly let go of. By the mid-2000s, the outcome was already written. Death Row faded into lawsuits and prison sentences. Aftermath kept building a new generation, from Eminem to 50 Cent and beyond.
All right. With condolences to the families of Tupac Shakur, Tariq Carter, Eazy-E, know what I'm saying? And those are other homeboys that died. You know what I'm saying? You guys like this video, man? All you got to do is hit that like button. Those people are scared to hit the like button because the motherfuckers at the YouTube LLC kept slapping age restrictions. They try to do that shit to the Rogue Company videos that I had done that I had to erase. The two Call of Duty videos, I don't even have to erase them. I can still keep the videos. Can't even do Call of Duty videos anymore because of pussy ass motherfuckers on YouTube. They slap the age restrictions because they have a right to do it because something to do with the kids or something. Fuck. Something got to do with the fucking kids and shit. I ain't talking about. They can say something about getting them kids back or something. Like, come on. I just said that to go after these enemy players that trying to shoot at me on Call of Duty. Ain't about the kids. It's talking about these other players, the bots. Some people might get offended anyway. Who gives a fuck? But I might be finished with this video. So I wanted to do a video tomorrow, but I had to cancel out that video else for at least tomorrow. I might do something. I might do a live show based on John Witherspoon. Maybe another week, probably another Friday morning. I might do a live show based on, let me see. The live show I'm going to do soon. Maybe I might do a live show based on Mr. John Witherspoon. I'll do a live show based on him soon. So we're gonna see on this YouTube studio here. They might have the John Witherspoon live show here. We'll put down, a live show I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this after I'm done with this this here video. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that live show after I'm done with this here video. Um, I'm gonna get up out of this thing. I'm gonna do one. I might do a live show probably, but the one live show I'm gonna do is do John Witherspoon's live show coming up. About to end this video, so let's let me finish this thing. These people are assholes. They want to just slap age restrictions on me. The video that I did is based on me playing Call of Duty for at least an hour. I had to do another live show based on me playing Call of Duty for at least over 30 minutes. Probably 30 plus minutes I had to do a live show with me playing Call of Duty. And that's their drunken power type shit that YouTube's doing. That's their ethos. So if I go do one more, if I can do one more Call of Duty live shows, they can go ahead and slap all the age restrictions that they want. I don't give a fuck. I'll keep doing Call of Duty videos and now jump up to some prestigious, but I'm not going to do another one on on that video because motherfuckers at YouTube want to play innocent.